Hey everybody. I was at the store the other day and someone that I know asked me 50-year mortgages. What do you think about it? And I kind of been thinking about it for a while and I haven't commented online. It's a controversial thing. People have very strong opinions on it and that's cool, I guess. It's good that people are engaged in stuff like this. So my opinion on 50-year mortgages, first of all, it's unfortunate that this is needed or that it may be needed. So first and foremost, it's unfortunate that home prices are so high. It's unfortunate that the cost of living is so high. It's unfortunate that wages for a lot of folks have not kept up with cost of living. And that's a whole nother conversation. But that's the unfortunate thing, that we even need to consider a 50-year mortgage, just like a 7 or more year car loan. Like, it's unfortunate that we have to do that as a society. But with that said, at this point in time, what do we do? I think it's a legitimate option to consider, and I think if it's done thoughtfully and responsibly and strategically, it could be a good option for people. And I'm not trying to give the political answer that's really not an answer, but that's honestly how I feel about it. And yep, I'm a salesman, so what am I supposed to say, right? But this is my honest answer, and I do think it's still better than renting in most cases. And sometimes renting is what's best for people. That's usually a short-term option, and if you're transitioning in something in your life, you're relocating, relationships, career, whatever, renting for a few years is fine. I'm all for that. So I think, though, that if you want to be a homeowner and you need to be a homeowner and you've already decided that that is what's best for you at this time, and getting a 50-year mortgage is the only way to achieve that, or the best way to achieve that, then it's okay. And again, it needs to be thought out. You need to consult with whoever you consult with your finances, your partner, your banker, your realtor, your lender. Whoever helps you make these kind of decisions should be involved in this decision. I think a lot of the pushback that I see on the internet from people saying this is such a terrible idea, it's unfortunate because I think that comes from fear. It comes from fear of people making a bad decision, and whether that's an unguided bad decision or a decision based on bad advice. It's unfortunate that most people seem to lean that direction by default of, don't do it, it's a terrible idea. My educated and experienced opinion is it's not just bad, it's an option. And for the right people in the right situation, it may be the best option for them. I would say if you're already overextended and you are already barely getting by and you're renting currently, you probably should keep renting. And that might sound surprising, but yeah, if you're renting, you don't have to worry about your furnace going out. You don't have to worry about your basement getting flooded. You have less risk on a monthly basis as a renter. If you're already overextended with other bills and debt obligations, then you need to be very careful not to buy a home that you can't afford. And that is where the danger lies right here. This is what I think people are concerned about, and that's fair. You should not use a 50-year mortgage to buy a more expensive home than you should. However, if you need to use a 50-year mortgage to stop renting and start building equity and get into a certain type of home, maybe with a certain square footage, a certain amount of bedrooms and bathrooms in a certain neighborhood, if that's what you need to do to get the home that best fits your lifestyle and the way you want your lifestyle to go, then a 50-year mortgage might be the best tool to do that. So that's my big point. If a person is already overextended, they probably should not get a 50-year mortgage unless you know that soon, and that could be months, a couple years, you will have more income, you will have less debt. Are you going to get a raise in a couple years? Is your car going to be paid off in a couple years? Are the kids moving out in a couple years? Is that student loan going to be paid off in a couple years? Do you know some money is coming your way in a couple years? Then the short-term opportunity to have that lower monthly payment might be smart. If you do not really have a plan that's going to put you in a positive direction financially in the near future, then maybe continuing to rent or buying a less expensive home might be the best option for you. That is my official take on the 50-year mortgages, and the answer is the classical, it depends. That's my answer, it depends. No, but seriously, it could be the best option for some people, but it needs to be thought about and discussed, and it might be a terrible option for some people. And so that's how that decision needs to be made. It needs to be thought about. It needs to be discussed. You need to talk with people that you trust their opinion, and it could be a good option for people, or it could be a bad option if it was not done strategically. Hope that helps.